Thank you very much. Hi, morning everyone. I'm Serge Patrick Heslton from Solid Sheds. Do excuse me, I've been with the company for 4 months, so I've been trying to play catch up. Previous to Solid Sheds, I was with Apple for 10 years. I don't know if some of you have seen the store in Liverpool. I had the pleasure of managing that. But fast forward today, I'm with a fantastic company. One of the things that attracted me to Solid Sheds is, well, Andy, the CEO, has an incredible vision for the business. And it's born out of simplicity, really. He says he just wants excellence with little fuss for customers and for staff. So, history on the business. They were established in 2010, and we started on a small farm, 1 vehicle, a few lads, and some wood. Today, we have a wonderful factory in Skelmersdale. I think one of our neighbours is here, Energy Ace. And the business just is at this point where it's just growing and growing. But how do you control this beast? So we're trying to work out what the best way to do that is. And it's skills. It's finding the right skills. But later on in the presentation, I'll go into that. So we do have over 50 employees across the business. The majority of them work in our factory, and that is across the workshop teams, HR teams. We're actually growing our own IT teams, which I'll come to later when you talk about the digital skills gap. As you can see, shed technicians, building advisors, and our team is actually extremely diverse, from the age of 18 right up to 72 years old. And most of those in the older part of our team spend their time in our show sites. And in our factory, that tends to be the sort of middle of the age range. So as you can see, we've had an expansion plan for 28 show sites by 2023. A really lofty goal, but we think we can do it. We're about to open another 2 this year. Rivendell will come on board next month. So, as you can see, there's a product range, and I think the name Solid Sheds doesn't actually do us as much justice because there's so much more in there. And when I first joined, I thought, I don't know anything about timber. I was terrible with woodwork at school, so this was really one of the big challenges for me, is to understand all of this. And the shed industry is actually quite complex. I thought, well, how do we make this really simple? So from the apex shed right up to a garden office or log cabins, I think we've got a shed in there for everyone. Another key thing for us is we believe that a shed should be the most beautiful thing in your garden. Some may disagree, but I think it is. You do look at it quite a lot when you're out there. Our sheds will outlast their owners as well. So that is, whenever we tell it to our customers, they say, well, how's that? I'm replacing this one after 5 years. So, but as you can see, they're really, really popular for us. So things like the garden office, as more people start to work from home, we've seen, that kind of be really good for us. So I'm just going to show you a video to give you an idea of what it's about. Okay, so as we heard before about the digital skills gap, this is really, when I joined Solid Sheds, I sat with Andy, we tried to work out how do we take a business that is mainly run on paper into its next phase. And we thought, well, we could go around and find someone who could tender for an IT system that was built for us, or do we try and find an off-the-shelf situation and try and shoehorn it in and try and make it work? So we thought the best thing to do is make the IT work with our people, so to get everybody involved. So this proprietary system, we're actually doing a survey from 18-year-olds up to 72 working in the business and asking them what would actually make your job easier, what's going to make your life easier, how can we make this work for you as well as our customers, and you don't get the frustration, because what you find is you've got a really young part of your workforce that will fly with technology, but then it leaves others behind. So we had to make it as inclusive as possible. So we're at the start of this journey. We hope to have it up and running in about 12 months' time, but we know it's built for us, not off the shelf, and it will do everything that we want it to do, hopefully. The bit that really got me about Solid Sheds when I spoke to Andy, our CEO, is the Solid Futures program. And we're really looking for other businesses to get involved with us to do that. And again, about plugging that skills gap, is we have started working with the Ministry of Justice and some of the prisons, and we're trying to reintegrate ex-offenders back into society by giving them the opportunity to work. We are very, very early on in this, but I can say it's been fantastic. We've already had 2 people come into our workforce, and just hearing their story about what this is allowing them to do, we're actually bringing families back together. People are now able to provide for their families, but as well, sort of give a little bit back to the community without that stigma of, well, you know, you've been in prison, we don't want to talk to you. So it is a really, really, it has its challenges, and I'll be happy to talk to you about what those are. But we're looking for more business to get involved, because if you are trying to, if you have gaps in your workforce and you're looking to fill them, these guys are coming out with woodworking skills, forklift licenses, and you have a talent pool already there. Another project we're working on are the breakfast clubs. I think I saw a stat for Lancashire that there are, I think it's about 20% of children are below the sort of poverty line, and they're going to school without a decent breakfast. Now, how is anyone supposed to get any work done or concentrate if they're just thinking about being hungry? So we've started partnering up with food banks, and we have some volunteers that are now going out to schools and giving out breakfast in the morning. So again, we're looking for more business to get involved with us and really, really make a difference. So, why Skelmersdale? I asked myself the same question on my first day at work, but what was interesting, the first time as I turned off the motorway, it said, Skelmersdale, world class for business. So straight away I thought, this is great. I'm going to be amongst world-class businesses. And I think looking around today and some of the, you know, what I've heard, I believe that that's true. And only being 4 months in, I'm going to share a story about what happened to us where we had someone went through electric cable, took all the power out in our factory. We were down for 2 hours. Across the way, there's a compressor company. We were able to walk across the estate, get a compressor, we were back up and working within an hour. Now that kind of community feel for business, I think is fantastic. But I think events like this really bring it to the forefront that Skelmersdale is world class, but I think it's going to take all of us to kind of come together and do that. I hope I've given a good account of the business about what we do. I'd love it if you'd come and talk to me afterwards about some of the projects I mentioned earlier, but I'll leave it with that. Thank you very much.